Today we're happy to speak about humanitarian efforts in the midst of this crisis, and it really brings a smile to my lips and joy to my heart, because for a moment I was really beginning to wonder, where was the heart in all this? What had happened to the same humans who not very long ago ran to the aid of the Bahamas in the time of their tragedy with the hurricane, and to St. Martin, and even to Haiti with their earthquake years ago? Where was that rush to take care of the needs of our fellow human beings? Those of us who know me will know that I followed very closely the situation of Holland America, Zaandam, and the Rotterdam for several reasons, but more than any other was the humanitarian crisis, or the lack of a humanitarian response in the initial stages, particularly as the Zaandam, which was turned away from a Chilean port and advised that they were not allowed to dock and would need to make their way to Fort Lauderdale, was basically left in a very precarious situation. I am particularly close to Holland America simply because I sell a lot of Holland America. I remember in 2018, I decided, I was going to take some Holland America leads and see how that worked for me. And much to my delight, I started getting a whole lot of seniors on the phone. I remember I had a season where I had many Bettys and Barbaras, and I had to distinguish them based on their voices. And so I got very attached to my clients from Holland America. I realized as well that they're all seniors. I think I probably had one honeymoon couple on the New Amsterdam. However, outside of that, they were all seniors. And so you can imagine working with these seniors, getting to know them, spending time as we're working on their travel, talking about their day-to-day life situation. It might be something about their pet, or it might have been something about their spouse, and just little things. They're leaving for the doctor's appointment, but can I call them a little later? Them talking to me even after the booking was done, paid in full, and everything was fine. They would just call, hey Sharon, just calling to chat a little bit. Do you have a moment? And when they got back, calling to tell me all about their trip, what they enjoyed, what went wrong. I remember one of my Bettys, she missed a ring. She took it off and it fell under the bed, and somehow she couldn't find it. And just the whole story of how she got that ring and how long she had it. And it was just really, really a warm time interacting with my clients from Holland America. And I tell you, 2018 for me was my Holland America year. And so with that bit of nostalgia, it really pained my heart as I followed what was happening with the Zaandam. And I will have you know that I was originally booked on the Zaandam to sail for my birthday in 2020. Yep. The Zaandam at that point was on an itinerary doing Canada, New England, departing from Boston. And I think that's the sailing for the 29th of August. And I was building a group on that sailing because it has always been my dream to do Atlantic Canada. And that's the same ship. So many, many reasons to be concerned. Moving forward, however, when the permission was granted by the Panama Canal to have the Zaandam traverse from the Pacific onto the Atlantic side, I was elated because initially that permission was being withheld. It was actually a situation where it was denied, but thank goodness they changed course, they changed heart, and so the vessel was able to sail through the Panama Canal, and the now empty Rotterdam, which is her sister ship, came over, and they did some gymnastics because it must have been quite a feat transferring, passengers who were well in very good health from the Zaandam to the Rotterdam, and to ensure, as was the case prior, that all those who were facing ill health were receiving best of attention, as much care as could have been given. So the news came out yesterday afternoon, that was Thursday, that permission was finally granted. Thank goodness. I'm so grateful. It was really emotional for me. The permission was granted by the authorities to have both vessels dock, and so 4:30 the Zaandam came first, and then the Rotterdam came in just after, and the process began. Now, according to Travel Market Report, and that's today's edition, April 3rd, President of Holland America, Orlando Ashford, and this is a gentleman who I have been following, particularly since I met him at Cruise World 2018, and he is such a strong leader. I admire him, admire his gentle force, his astute mind, and his keen attention to detail. And so he's quoted as saying, "We are so happy to be able to get our guests home and assist those few who need additional medical attention." He went on to say, "We must do everything we can to ensure we continue to act in ways consistent with our common human dignity. I would also like to extend my sincerest thanks to the amazing officers and crews of the Zaandam and the Rotterdam. They are heroes who rose to the challenge of taking care of our guests and each other under extraordinary circumstances. All of us at Holland America Line are so very proud of our colleagues for their exemplary leadership and service." The process to begin disembarking the clients of both the Rotterdam and the Zaandam happened with swan-like grace and precision, and this will continue throughout today until guests have been situated accordingly. Those who are international Canadians, Canadians, well, maybe even Americans, depending on the state that they live in, and Brits will have charter flights arranged to take them home. Those who are in need of medical attention, there have already been hospitals pre-arranged and they will be transported there. And one of the things that really made me super proud to be a travel agent, a seller of cruises, Jamaica's only authorized cruise seller, is the fact that Carnival Corporation, which owns Holland America Line, they stepped up bravely and boldly, and I mean, they made it very clear that they're covering the cost associated with moving the clients, with hospitalization and care. And so the recipient state of Florida need not be concerned that they will be burdened down. And just in case those of you are wondering about the cruising industry and its viability, just some stats that came through from another colleague. Carnival Corporation just recently raised $6.5 billion from their line of credit, just to ensure that they go through this crisis unscathed. And as it relates to their cash in bank, you're looking at $10 billion. So ladies and gentlemen, Those who might be worried about the cruising industry, worried about whether after this cruising will still be a thing, let me assure you, it will be. We're there for the long haul. And I am not in the least bit perturbed or concerned because the capitalization of the largest company in terms of fleet size and number of ships, Carnival Corporation, is strong. And of course, just as we bring this broadcast to a close, just want to remind you that the team here at Share Fantastic Travels and Resorts Limited, we are open and we are taking bookings. Our clear cruise ships, cruise companies have the book with confidence guarantee, allowing cancellations up to 48 hours prior to sailing. So my advice to everyone, we're home, we are sitting down, we're doing less than we really want to. We have time. Now is a good time to give us a call. Start looking at some of the options. We're booking out as far as 2022. And you can book with confidence. We will go ahead and point you in the best direction. And we will be here for the long haul because we are tourism strong. Ciao for now.